Hi, my name's Ashlyn, originally Aiden. So I've started my journey to becoming a trans woman, trans woman, and I just wanted to let people know and like coming out. I mean, I've always known since like I was 14, but in all honesty, when you live in a small town of like it was 15,000 or so, it's still considered small, where a lot of people knew each other, a lot of people were family members, a lot of people were cousins. It was kind of hard growing up, and it was difficult because a lot of the people that lived there were very homophobic, transphobic, and it's simply because a lot of people, even around the whole world, they're confused. They don't understand why people like me or other people around the world would want to become a different gender. And it's something that needs to be talked about. Like, it's not something new. I feel like, it kind of like slipped out back in like 1600s when, a man was like, oh, you see here, heels, men wear them. I believe he was probably secretly, one of those trans people that, back in the day would have been murdered, hanged, beaten, killed, basically. And it still happens around the world. And it's just growing up in such a small town, I didn't really feel comfortable, coming out that way. I came out as gay, and I kind of saw what happened. A lot of kids and like guys were like, oh, you want to have sex with me? I'm like, no, not really. Like, you think so highly of yourself, but and then when I moved out of the small town, I moved in with my older brother and his girlfriend. But I just know from my family, especially my siblings, that they don't understand either. They still make jokes. They still, are like, oh, just pick a gender. Like, guys, is it that hard? Like, you're either a guy or a girl. You either have a ding dong or a hooter. It's like, that's not how that works. Like, that's because you're full of masculinity and, you don't quite understand, and you've had other role models. I've always stuck close to my mom. She's supportive of me. She has a boyfriend that I consider family because he's been around for 3 to 4 years, and he supports me, and they both support me, like, they're supposed to, like, unconditionally. And that just, sorry, my cat. Hi, Loki. You gonna come up here? Or are you gonna be a little scaredy bat? Yeah, he's gonna be a little scaredy bat. It's fine. But so when I was living with my brother, I just, just stay gay because it was a safe way. Like, I obviously had, female intentions, more than masculine intentions. Dresses, skirts, makeup, and like they would always sit there and be like, oh my god, like make fun of that part, and it's like, so I kind of like started becoming more masculine, and it just then, yeah, long story. And I had a boyfriend who he lived with me, but he was kind of, a little pansy, I could say, and he is more into masculine men anyway, so I portrayed that masculine, and then I kicked him out because he many reasons why. I'm not getting into details. And then I went on Instagram and I made a poll as to see, who would support me and who would, leave. Because it was like, should I become a female? And 60% of the people who voted on the poll said no. And honestly, the only reason why I did it wasn't to make sure that, it wasn't asking for people to, give me advice. It was more of to see what I can look forward into the future and to see if I was going to be supported or not, what measures to take. Because a lot of trans people, a lot of gay people, they're afraid because of how people treat them, and once they come out. So I wanted to see what people's reactions were before I came out, so that I could mentally prepare myself for what's to come. So that's what I did. And then I was like, all right, these people aren't going to be so supportive to me. These people are. A lot of people aren't going to be supportive. And then some people are. So I mentally prepared myself for that. And was like, all right, you are you. It doesn't matter. Because these people, they're so into cute guys that if they see that cute guy want to change their lifestyle into something that they don't feel comfortable with, they're going to throw you aside. But that's okay. You don't need them. That's toxic. And I've been more positive and more outgoing. Like when I go out in public, head high, don't care. Like my tattoo artist, he said to me that he's like, I like you because you don't care what people think. Like you're here getting these tattoos, you're getting these placed in places where normally people wouldn't get them placed because of where they are located, and he's like, you're doing you don't care what people think. And he's sort of right. Like, I do care, but to show that you care is showing a sign of weakness. Whether that could be good or bad, it doesn't really matter. But most times a sign of weakness, it does, affect you, and affects how people view you. And then, I've noticed, a lot of guys that did like me are like, oh, no, I'm not into girls. I'm like, can't we be friends? They're like, yeah, but I'm not really interested in you. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care that you're interested in me. I don't need no man. to tell me like how to live my life. Like, even ladies, like, come on. We don't need no man to tell us how to fucking live our lives. Sorry for my language. I will be putting explicit content for this video. And by the way, I'm doing this on my iPhone right now, so I don't have a camera. I have my AirPods in for microphones, so, and my $15 lamp that I got with LED lights, so this is the best lighting we're gonna get for a while. Well, once I get paid. Maybe not better camera. I mean, the camera quality is not too bad, but it's not the best. And like, a lot of questions probably be like, is the journey difficult? For me, not really. Because I know what I want, I know who I am. I've had people comment and try to put me down. Not gonna put me down. You can't put me down. You can't put somebody down who's already expecting for people to try to block them and push them into a different direction. Because I'm not going into a different direction. You know, some people are like, oh, you might be confused. Like, maybe you should reconsider. Like, no, I've considered long enough. I've considered for the last 6-7 years. Like, I've thought about it multiple times. And this is my final stage to where I'm like, okay, I'm going through with it. You know, because like most people will start going through with it and like, yeah, never mind, it's not for me. I'm like, no. Even if, you know, your subconscious is like, maybe this isn't for you. I was like, no, this is for me. I know it's for me. This is who I want to be. Whether it takes a year, whether it takes 10 years, I'm still gonna go through with it. I'm dedicated to being happy. I will love to see the results. I was gonna do a video when I first came out, but I had so much other things to take care of at work, and then I was talking to this guy for quite a while, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and he makes me so happy. And he supports me. He doesn't care. Well, I wouldn't say he doesn't care. He doesn't mind that I'm going through it. He supports me 100%. He doesn't care if I wear makeup. He doesn't care if, you know, if I am or not. Like, and it just blows my mind on how one person can just change your life. And, you know, you feel so special and sorry, I'm rambling. Plus, I don't really vlog or make videos. I don't really talk. Well, I do talk. I talk a lot. And I'm hoping to start a music career of my own as well, as long as a photography career, more down the line. And I do try to be an influencer, like, I really do, and I really try to, like, help others So for people who are coming out or thinking about coming out and you were watching this, if you've already been considering it, but you feel like you don't have a safe place, come talk to me. You can follow me at yagirl20 on Instagram or Snapchat Aiden_P422. And if you don't feel comfortable, talking to somebody, or, you don't feel comfortable coming out, I am a safe place. I wouldn't mind talking to my followers and fans. Just remember, you are you. It doesn't matter what your mom thinks. It doesn't matter what your dad thinks. If you have those, I only have a mom, so. It doesn't matter what your siblings think. It doesn't matter what your friends think. The only thing that matters is your own opinion, is your own, whatever is going on in here. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter. Anything else, just block it out. All the haters, block them out. I know, preaching to the choir here. It's easier to said than done, but if you have the willpower and you can put your mind to it, you can block out all the haters. You can block out anybody who doesn't agree with you. In the beginning, you might be alone, but I promise that there is a community out here in this world. We will take you in. We will make you feel welcome. Like, at first you might feel, disorientated, like, oh, maybe this isn't the place for me, and promise, we'll take care of you.